Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at IX Web Hosting. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com to get up to 40% off your first year of the best hosting on the planet. Today's episode of Dueling Dialogue is brought to you by Saucy Eva. GMA's marinade is coming soon to a plate near you to gourmetize your meats and proteins. Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 88. I'm Connor Murphy here with Grace Matthews. Hi, Grace. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm very lucky. I've been watching a little love affair take place in my front yard between, guess what? A male and a female golden eagle.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I've got some pictures. It is very cool. I'm hoping that they build their home out in my tree.
Oh, well, that would be really cool.
But you know what the craziest thing was I saw yesterday? Of course, I find myself, wandering into I've got a big window in my living room, I wander in there often to watch them. But yesterday, Blue Jay attacked the female golden eagle.
Wow, ballsy.
They're mean. Blue Jays are mean, but do you really attack a bird that's that much bigger than you?
Yeah, that's ballsy.
Yeah,
wow.
But they're so beautiful. I'm just so lucky. I'm just so happy.
Right on.
I told them they could stay rent-free. I'm trying to figure out what else I can for them,
Awesome. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to start out with Korea.
Yeah. Wow.
Imagine in our lifetime there could possibly be a nuclear-free Korean peninsula.
Yeah, this is great news. I think he just ran out of cheese. That was the
I think you're right. Cheese, I think he's ran out of just about everything.
Yeah, true that.
I'm thinking food, medicine. I think his people are sick. What kind of ruler are you if you have no subjects, if they all die?
Yeah, exactly.
So I do think that they have some radiation poisoning. I also think that, remember back in, I believe it was October, we talked about this. There was an earthquake.
Right.
In North Korea, we could see that it was pretty good size. Well, we heard that his tunnel collapsed. He tested the nukes and possibly the labs were down in there. And we also heard that a lot of people were getting radiation sicknesses, that babies were being born deformed. And really, there hasn't been a lot of nuclear tests. He's threatened since then. I kind of think his nuclear facility is destroyed.
Right. Popped and fizzled. He's done. Yeah.
Good news for everybody else around the globe, especially Trump and Pompeo.
Yeah.
Because they could be up for the Nobel Peace Prize as this goes.
Oh, my
And I
God.
think the Democrats knew that, and so they really tried not to approve Pompeo's confirmation.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't even think of the Nobel Peace Prize, but you're 100% right. It could actually happen.
Oh, my gosh. Would that just be nuts? The Trump derangement syndrome, what kind of level would it reach?
I'm not sure. I think there's people going to be dropping and jumping from bridges.
Oh, my gosh. They better be taking that little aspirin because they're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Okay.
The Pompeo confirmation did finally happen, but 47 Democrats voted against it. Now, to put that in perspective, only 2 voted against Hillary and her confirmation, only 3 against Kerry when he was confirmed for Secretary of State.
Wow.
So this really was something, or they really didn't want Pompeo, especially after they found out he made that trip over Easter weekend to Korea and actually went over the DMZ and met with Kim Jong-un.
Right.
So also Richard Grenell, after 11 months, they've actually held this guy up for 11 months, was confirmed as ambassador to Germany. That was just about as Angela Merkel's plane landed, because she's here today for a one-day lunch and tea with the president. But I'm really surprised that the Democrats held up Grinnell, because he is, as of yesterday, the highest ranking gay person to serve in the U.S. government.
Oh, wow.
So that's a very important breakthrough. Now, we have had an ambassador that was gay. He was the one serving in Benghazi, which is not where you would put a gay man, because they would kill him, and that's exactly what they did. But in Germany, I think fabulous,
Yeah, perfect. There's no other perfect company.
Democrats for holding it up for 11 months.
Yeah,
Shame on
I
them.
agree.
And everyone is falling in love. I mean, especially men are falling in love with Donald. I mean, Emmanuel Macron was just, there were air kisses, there were hugs, there were handshakes, there was, love.
In the air.
Love. It was, oh my gosh. They love each other. They don't agree about much, but they do love each other. And this started spreading. And Kanye West has endorsed his fellow dragon brother.
Wow.
Donald Trump. And the left is mad as hell. I mean, these Hollywood people are just so upset with Kanye.
That's hilarious.
Kanye is holding his ground.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet.
I'm not sure either. Because, a few months ago, we thought Kanye was crazy. He was
I still think that.
But, now they're saying he was exhausted. So, who knows? But I'll tell you somebody that's crazy, and that is Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah. He's, guilty.
Yeah. And, 62 women have came forward. Now, most of them cannot bring a case because it's beyond the statute of limitations, but one woman did. Now, she had actually settled with him 3 years ago for about $3.2 million. So how she was able to back out of that agreement, keep the money, and file criminal charges, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, good question, though.
He was found guilty on 3 counts of sexual assault, which included giving quaaludes to her. He had admitted to giving quaaludes to women before. At the age of 80, he faces 10 years on each count, 30 years. So if this plays out, and I say if, because people like him seem to find a way not to go to jail, he would, in all likelihood, die in prison. I think it's a sad day when America's dad, one of the funniest men ever, I've been listening to him since I was a small child. I thought he was hilarious. I did fall for the fact that he was a fabulous dad. Like many other people, I am very disappointed in him.
Yeah, now we know what was in the pudding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, remember that? Those commercials, yeah.
Yeah, the quaaludes were in the pudding.
Yeah, they said he had like a tackle box. You keep your lures and everything separate, little containers. He had that with different pills in each section that he would carry around. I guess it was like Dr. Huxtable. I mean, he really thought he was Dr. Huxtable, except instead of treating his patients and delivering babies like Dr. Huxtable, he was giving them lewds and having sex with them or raping them.
Sad. Very, very sad.
Sad for his 5 children. Wow, very sad.
Yeah.
I was hoping you might give us an update on the Toronto truck massacre. Now, was this an act of terror as in ISIS, or was it something else?
It was something else. Something they call now incel. That's INCEL, and it stands for involuntary celibate.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. What the next?
Yeah, we go from lewds and rape to...
Yeah, he's pissed off that women won't give him the time of day, so he rents a van and drives through and massacres a bunch of people. Wow.
Yeah. And there's 12 dead.
Not sure the last count, but it's
It was rising.
12 too many.
Yeah, yeah.
Unreal.
That's just nuts. I haven't even heard of involuntary celibacy. I know there are people that should be, made infertile.
Right, voluntarily celibate.
Yeah. I know people that are voluntarily celibate.
Yeah.
Involuntary celibacy. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess you could call it the not Me Too movement.
Yeah, apparently that's a not me too. Yeah. Hashtag not me too.
Yeah, I think so. Wow.
Wow, yeah. And yeah, that's one of those that it kind of leaves you speechless.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just shaking my head going, I can't believe this is real anymore.
Well, I tell you what, it's crazy. Apparently, autism is on the rise. I question whether it's on the rise or we're just getting better about
detecting
diagnosing it. Nevertheless, the CDC says that now there is 1 in 59 8-year-olds that are diagnosed with autism, a form of autism. Now, I know that about 10 years ago, I was working on a project and the number was 1 in 99. So that is a massive increase in a decade.
Wow, it is.
It's quite alarming. And, if it's not the vaccines, okay. What the hell is it that's causing it?
Good question.
We really need to find out because it's very hard to solve a problem if you don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, we know that President Trump believes that the post office is going broke because of Amazon, and he has threatened Jeff Bezos with raising the prices it takes to mail a package through the post office. And I guess Bezos is reacting because the cost of Prime membership is going up from $99 to $119.
Wow. Well, money's got to come from somewhere. I think he might be anticipating paying some extra, possibly.
Yeah, I do too. I think he really has enough money. He's now very rich, very rich. And that brings us to another one of Trump's complaints this week. Trump says Democrats are obstructionists.
Okay.
Is that true?
I would say yes.
I think that when you look at his staff, I mean, the president is trying to staff the White House and the different departments. They are obstructing the confirmation hearings by not having them. And then when they do have them, they demand 30 hours of debate.
Right. So
the president says at this rate, they will have his people confirmed in 9 years.
Wow.
So I think he's got a point.
Oh, wow. Unreal.
After being accused of drinking on the job, handing out painkillers and Ambien, the president's doctor, who was set to be confirmed as Veterans Administration, the head of the Veterans Administration, has withdrawn. Now, he says these things aren't true, and I sort of believe him because he had flying letters. I mean, letters that were, amazing endorsements from President Bush and particularly President Obama.
Right.
And, of course, Trump. They love this doctor. He's the doctor for the entire family that lives in the White House. Who's he passing out the painkillers to? And the Ambien. Sasha and Leah?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
What? I mean, where's it coming from?
Yeah.
They were, the one guy called him the Candyman, and he said 20 military guys, unnamed sources, of course, told him that, Dr. Ronnie Jackson, Admiral Dr. Ronnie Jackson, drank on the job, handed out Ambien and painkillers, and had an accident in a government car while he was drunk. Nobody seems to see a paper trail for this.
Yeah, no evidence saying it actually happened, right?
So that's very sad that they will absolutely waste somebody. Now, possibly that makes it hard for him to keep his current job.
Yeah.
It's really hurting his family. He's got, his son is the head of the class at West Point.
Wow. Tough for a family to be put through that. as innocent bystanders.
And Comey, we could not possibly go a day without talking about Comey. Yesterday, he was 20 minutes late to the interview on Fox News. And when I mean 20 minutes late, 20 minutes after the show started.
Wow.
Now, that's on the heels of the night before telling Anderson Cooper he was going to be doing an interview on Fox and that he really dreaded it because they wanted to put him in jail.
Unbelievable.
Now, Brett Baer did a great job of interviewing him. I mean, I was glued to the set. One thing that Brett Baer brought up a lot of things that I hadn't really seen anyone else bring up. However, Comey, I mean, how does he say this crap? He claimed he didn't know Hillary and the DNC had funded the dossier.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Wow.
I mean, an infant knows that.
Unbelievable.
He said he still thought that it was true that the Republicans funded it. And that was originally fake news. I mean,
yeah.
He was the head of the FBI.
Yeah. Wow.
He also doesn't understand leak. He has his own definition for leak. And he claims that the notes he wrote, he now calls those his diary.
All right. Okay.
The memos he wrote after meeting with the president are his diaries.
Okay.
He needs some more wine out of a paper cup.
Yeah. Or some weed.
Yeah, wine and weed. Oh boy. In markets where marijuana is legal, wine sales are tanking.
Huh. Interesting.
And it's all because of women. Women like weed better because it doesn't have any calories.
Right.
I don't. What about the 5 pounds of food they eat afterwards?
True.
That doesn't count?
Yeah. They need to put weed in wine. There's a solution right there.
The best of both worlds, yeah.
Yeah, that's a solution. That's a creative solution. We need weed wine.
I'm for anything that doesn't have calories, though.
Yeah, and anything that basically stops the opiate problem right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I really wonder if it does stop the opiate. I ask you that every time we talk about it. Yeah. I know. Because I'm skeptical and you feel sure of it.
I'm positive. I am positive.
You know, if it did, oh my gosh, that would be a good thing.
Well, I don't think it's going to be the be-all solution, but it's definitely going to help.
Interesting, because a lot of people believe it leads to the opioid problem.
Yeah, no, sorry. No.
Okay. I want to believe you. I do believe you. I believe you believe it. I just hope you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
Okay.
I lived that life. Before, when I'd have a back problem and it was always opiates that they would give me for painkillers, it would take 2 weeks for me to, turn around and be normal again, without the back pain. 2 weeks on opiates, and I can go 2 days like that on using cannabis for pain opposed to opiates. 2 days to 2 weeks. Yes.
Well, like I said, I don't know. Like I've never had cannabis, so I know that's hard to believe, but I haven't. But I will tell you that you intrigue me when you say those things. Also, what about for like arthritis, like a little bit of arthritis? And I'm digressing, I know, but is cannabis good for arthritis pain?
Yes, it's THC is good for pain, but in arthritis, you want an anti-inflammatory, so CBD or strains high in CBD, and you don't get high from CBD. It's got no euphoric effects, so you could put it in your cereal, and that's the amazing part about it.
Is that good or bad? I guess as a society, it's good.
It's
as
really
an individual,
good. The bad part is the price is usually way up there for CBD. CBD is also the oil that stops the severe epileptic.
Yes, I have a son with severe epilepsy, and so far they're not writing that here. They say that medical marijuana is legal, but nobody writes it. So, and unlike you guys, where you can kind of get away with going ahead and buying it, that's not the way it is here.
Right.
So, but I think it's coming, and I think he's going to be a candidate.
Yeah.
So,
and he should be, because it's nature's way of curing the problem. So
Interesting. Well, we have royal news, of course. Royal baby. It's third child of Prince William and Duchess Kate. This baby is sixth in line to the throne. I mean, how fabulous is that? I mean, he really doesn't have to worry about being the king.
No.
But he has the royal status, so he gets, he never has to wait in line. He can do all the royal things and just have fun.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, except he's going to have to shorten his name. He will be, or he is, Royal Highness Prince Louis Arthur Charles of Cambridge.
Wow, okay.
Let's just hope he goes by Louis. Prince
Yeah.
Louis is good enough.
Yeah.
But this had me asking myself, and I've asked myself this before, but I've never really looked it up. What is the royal family's last name? What's their surname?
Yeah, you've asked me that before, and I forget. I'm not a big royal fan.
I'm not that big either, but I do think Kate and William are kind of cute. They're just cute.
Yeah, he needs to get off her, though, man.
Well, let me
Enough.
tell
Jeez.
you. Well, they're true, but Mountbatten-Windsor. That is their last name. I wouldn't use it either.
Wow.
Mount, like a mountain, Butten-Windsor.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see why they don't use it.
So much for that.
Okay.
So, should I tell you about my crush?
Sure. You have a crush?
I have a crush on a Canadian.
Interesting.
And I'm sorry, but it's not you.
Oh.
Although I like it. Dr. Jordan Peterson, or professor.
Okay.
He is a professor of psychology at the University of Toronto. He is gaining a lot of attention because he is against the war on men.
Wow. Okay. And we've talked a lot about that stuff.
Exactly. I'm hoping next week to get a hold of his book, The 12 Rules for Life. And he's really fabulous. He seems very serious when he talks, like, way too serious, but it works,
Well, I've heard the name before, but couldn't tell you what it was about.
Look
but
him
I
up,
definitely
and if
heard his name.
chance to hear him, you need to, because he's a neat guy, and he's really willing to stand up. And in the PC culture, especially for professors, Canada sometimes can be a little more PC even than us, especially at the university level. I really admire him.
Cool.
For taking a stand. So I like it.
Well, we've talked a lot about the Me Too movement and things like that. So it'll be interesting to review his book.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. You were mentioning something about baby Alfie, is it?
Yeah, similar situation as Charlie. Yeah, baby Charlie, was last summer. Baby Alfie has a brain disease. He is in the UK where they have socialized medicine. In the UK, the parents do not have the right to make the medical decisions for their child. It reverts to the government.
Wow.
And it's part of the socialized medicine. So the doctors say that they cannot save baby Alfie. In fact, they took him off of life support on, I believe it was Tuesday. They said he would die in a few hours. Now, admittedly, the parents gave him mouth cement and kept him alive. But even when they quit, baby Alfie didn't die. Like they said, Nevertheless, Italy wanted to help. They had some doctors that believed they could help baby Alfie. They sent a medevac helicopter or plane, I'm not sure which it was, to the UK to pick up baby Alfie. They gave baby Alfie citizenship so that his bills would be paid for. The government of the UK would not allow them to take baby Alfie and see if they could save his life.
I'm gobsmacked. I don't even have words for that.
It is very sad. Very sad. And that's what scares people like me about socialized medicine. I know you have had a good experience in Canada.
Yeah, definitely.
I met someone the other day who's had a great experience in Canada. But this is what scares me. And here in the United States, we have got our healthcare so messed up. I've had a couple of medical issues lately, and before my insurance kicks in, because part of them happened at the end of last year, year, and part happened, I accrued some of the bills at the beginning of this year. I'm going to have to lay out $15,000 before, cash before my insurance kicks in. Okay. So when you look at that,
wow,
socialized medicine is pretty appealing.
Well, that's not the way it is in Canada. Like, the parents still have the right to, what treatment their child has. It's just the government decides whether it's going to be paid for or not. So if you've got money out of pocket, you put your kid on a plane, fly to the US, have the surgery or wherever the surgery is and get it done. People that can't afford it, they go to GoFundMe, and usually within a few days they have the money in order to move forward on it. So that is a bizarre law where the government gets to decide the fate of your child. Really?
I think it's wrong on so many levels that I just can't even fathom. I can't even fathom who over there
said no.
In the government would want that responsibility.
Yeah, and they said no.
And they said no. So who would want it in the first place?
Well, whoever it is, they're trying to play God, and that don't work.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So we need to send special thoughts out for baby Alfie.
Yeah.
I'd just love to see him get to Italy. Maybe they can help him. Maybe they can't.
Yeah. Wow.
But parents deserve to know that they tried. They did everything they could for their child. Believe me, I have a special needs child. Making decisions is very, very difficult. I mean, what you put yourself through, hoping beyond hope that you're doing the right thing, even when it's not life or death. It's not always life and death. It's sometimes just because you're always responsible for that person, unlike a kid that just grows up and gets better, and can start making their own decisions. A special needs child, it's forever.
Right.
And it's a very mind-boggling experience.
Yeah.
So thoughts and prayers, whatever it is you do, you pray, you send out light, whatever you do, let's think about baby Alfie.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there.
Yep, and we don't always agree, but life's a journey and we're all in this together. Remember, do not become anyone's victim. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and everyone, thanks for listening.
Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at IX Web Hosting. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com to get up to 40% off your first year of the best hosting on the planet. Today's episode of Dueling Dialogue is brought to you by Saucy Eva. GMA's marinade is coming soon to a plate near you to gourmetize your meats and proteins.